Okay, welcome to this first draft video I'm doing for Magic AD. Um, this is an 8-4 draft on Magic Online, and I'm going to take you through it and tell you all about the choices I make during this draft. This is the first booster, and we have a great rare in Angel of Serenity. The other cards I like in this booster are Launch Party and Frostburn Weird. They're definitely the three best cards. Void Wielder, Ogre Jailbreaker are both very fine. And cards like Security Blockade, Avenging Arrow, and Goblin Ooze, Rollback Rhino, they're playable, but not really for stick material, but something to keep in mind for when this booster comes around again. I'd pick Angel of Serenity here. It's just really that much of a bomb. It outclasses all the other cards with ease. Seeing that we have Security Blockade, Avenging Arrow, and Celestial Sentry that could come back means we are getting another white card on the backswing, and that's very promising. So I'm just going to pick this and see where we go from there. Okay, someone took the rare out of this booster, so that doesn't really tell us anything. There's not a launch party in here. Sadly, Orzhov isn't a guild in this set. So we need another color, probably green if we're going to make white-black work. We have Lobber Crew, in which we can go for Isidis Aureus. The white cards here, Cellar of Songbirds, Avenging Arrow, Phantom Neural, and Soul Tip, all aren't that exciting, but they're worth looking at. Maybe Courses Accord is the best card to pick here, but I don't really like it for being a 6-mana sorcery, and there are a lot of 6-mana spells that I'd rather have in my deck than Courses Accord. I think I'll pick the Launch Party here, and see if I can fit in green and go for a 3-color deck. Okay, so here we have another booster is missing in the rare and one of the uncommons. So that's just it. Translate Promenade looks really interesting, especially for a setup like a 3-color deck as we're starting. Megadome Imp is fine, but I'd rather have black as my splash color. If we take green, we can get green for the fixing. We already have triple white in Angel of Serenity, so we're not splashing that many cases. So that means black would be splashed for the removal spells, which is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that, going to Celestia and a little black for the removals. That means taking the Promenade or maybe the Crocodile. The Crocodile is a very solid creature, the lifelink ability is very relevant in a lot of games, but still mana fixing should be our priority here. So I'm going to take the Promenade. Okay, here we have another booster with a lot of unexcitable cards. Celestial Sentry is the only white card. It's okay. It's just another dork. Assassin Strike is a black removal spell, but it's 6 mana and double black, so I'm not really tempted to take that card. We could opt for the Sluicewaste Scorpion, but that would push our black into main color regions again, and it's not very good on the splash. So I think I'll just take the Sentry here and hope that we get some better cards in the next boosters. Okay, here we have a lot of cards that I do like. We have Azorius Arrestor, which is a great 2-power 2-mana bear with an interesting ability. Rollback Rhino is fine, especially with all the green and white tricks and the scavenge ability of the Golgari. Golgari Longlegs is just a fine creature. It has excellent stats for its mana cost, and the fact that it's either green or black and it's your choice makes it really good. Aerial Predation is a nice sideboard card. I sometimes main deck it if I really don't have enough playables, so it's not even really a sideboard card. It could be a main deck card. Out here I'm going to take the Arrestor to stick a bit to white, since we haven't seen any green pass yet, and maybe we just might consider not taking green at all and going for some other construction, maybe 4 colors. This booster offers us a very powerful Ogre Jailbreaker. Slum Reaper is a sort of removal spell, and there are 2 fine white dorks. Armory Guard is very good at holding ground. 5 toughness is really relevant because a lot of cards have only 3 toughness, and a lot of cards make them 4 toughness, but there's very little that tops it up to 5. Keening Apparition is a nice creature. It gets rid of some of the problem enchantments. A lot of those are rare, so we shouldn't worry about them so much. I'm going to take the Ogre Jailbreaker because guild gates go late in Magic Online, and I think we can take some advantage of that. Here we have a Reckless Guild Gate. It's a 7-pick gate. It's very late. People should have picked it earlier. We also have Concordia Pegasus. It is a great blocker, not so much offensive power. Looking at how the deck is, we're going to be focused on white a lot, and we probably will have some black spells, and the rest is up for grabs. We are going to have a third color in here, but we don't know what it is yet. I am not at all opposed to taking the Reckless Gulps gate here, so since it helps over Jailbreaker, and then just making a pile of this white with 4 colors on the splash on the sides. So I'm going to take the gate and see what we get. So right now the cards I'm hoping to get past are the highly splashable cards in all the other colors. So this booster, it has no really exciting cards. I'm going to take Cellar of Songbirds. It provides us with a couple of creatures. It's just a solid guy. Maybe if we can get into some of the top 8 action, we can actually make use of that bird. So. Well, here's our booster back again. The Rhino and the Avenging Arrow have tabled. I'm going to take the Arrow here, since it's a form of removal. It works well with a lot of the small time blockers that can just jump into a big guy and then you Avenging Arrow it away. And another sort of, this was the pack that we took the launch party out of. And I considered these 2 cards as 2 white cards, and they're both tabling. So I like the Cellar more than the Avenging Arrow. So I'm taking the Cellar. So far I'm not really excited about this deck yet. I do like that we have 10 cards that are going to make the cut the way it looks like this. Normally you should have between 8 and 10 cards after your first booster. I'm picking the Codex Shredder here, because I really don't like that Stealth Mill deck. Unless I'm playing it myself, of course, because then it's awesome. And as I was saying, what I'm hoping to open right now is either a great mana fixing card like Chromatic Lantern or a Mana Bloom, so we can actually make all those splashes work, or something that pulls us into a direction so we can aim at something. Even though we have Jailbreaker and Launch Party, we are not entirely certain that black will be a color that we're going to play. Splash probably, but not as a main color. So if there is a Sphinx to Shimes or an Iceperia in the next booster, I think we can just go Azorius and not care about it. Conversely, if we find some green guards, then we can still try the Celestia route. We didn't get a lot of green from the right side, so I'm thinking there are green players there. That doesn't bother me all that much in this multicolor set, but it's something to keep in mind. So I'll not hide the Gobbling Ooze, because it might make our deck after all. And now it's just waiting on those last picks. See, we have a lot of cards that are basically filler cards, things like Celestial Sentries. It's 3 power for 3 mana, which makes it a nice attacker. It can block a lot of stuff, but it also dies to everything. It dies to every Touch Beetle that comes around, every Tavern Swindler that happens to be in the opposing deck. And the regenerability is really, really expensive. So in the late game, sure, it'll be able to bash through some more, but in the late game there will be more powerful creatures on the other side as well, and its 3 power is not going to cut it in any case. So it's a fine dork, it will trade with something, and then that's the end of the story. Yeah, Cellar of Songbirds is another one of those cards that I don't mind having in my deck, but I'm not really excited about it. It's 3 mana for 2 power, 3 toughness, and 2 creatures. The flying is relevant, that it's a token is even more relevant, but Cellar of Songbirds is so usually just pitifully coming short. And oh my god, look what we have here. I actually hate having opened pack red in this draft, because it doesn't offer for all that much excitement. It's a really, really good card. It's the best limited card in this set, and it's going to own games for us. Pack Reds will win on its own, and to be fair about it, that's just really boring. I'll have to take it. I'm not letting it go. The rest of the booster, if we didn't have a Pack Reds here, I think I'd pick the Arrestor again. There is something to be said about just picking the Celestia Guild Gate for Jailbreaker and for the Celestia Golgari plan. Even in Route 1 defenses offer some opportunities with the amazing amount of creatures we're already having, and the fact that the birds populate well. So that would be basically drafting one of those 3 cards. The other cards just are not in our colors, are not powerful enough. I mean, I'm not switching to red for a Gorhus Chainwalker, even though I have a Rectus Goldwyn. But I'm just picking the pack rats and go with it. This booster offers a lot of good red cards. Annihilating Fire, Explosive Impacts, and even the 2 red dorks are really playable. For us, it has Keening Apparition of Tropical Assassin, and that's not even a tight choice. I mean, the Assassin is really good. It's top-notch material. You'll usually unleash it because it will bash through anything in the early game. At the very worst scenario, it'll trade with one of the Celestial Centaurs, and that's a good deal for a Rakdos 2-drop. In all the other scenarios, it's going to deal up to 8 damage before it trades with anything decent. And it might even trade for 2 creatures against the Azorius deck, which just doesn't have a lot of creatures with 3 power. It doesn't mind any of the 0-4 walls like Doorkeeper, Lobbercrew or Trestle Troll. It can just bash right through, and there are times where you don't want to unleash it, and it then trades with Golgari Longlegs or something like that, and that makes it a really premium card and a lot better than Keening Apparition. Okay, this booster is bringing us the amazing Dragmangler. It really is good. It has awesome stats for 3 mana. It has haste, and the scavenge ability is really a lot, especially for the 3 power. If you compare it with the other scavenge cards, they all have low power, and even they scavenge well. I mean, Slitherhead is a good card. Sewer, the 2 ones from Pokai, is a good card. Because of their average stats and the scavenge ability. Now this guy has good stats, haste, and the scavenge ability, which makes him awesome. Knightly Valor is another card in this pack that is really good. You just slap it on something, you get a knight, so you're getting a whole lot of power increase for that 5 mana at a slight risk that you might get 2 for 1 by a removal spell. But if your timing is right, you can fix that. I'm going to take the Knightly Valor here, because the power levels of these 2 cards are about the same, and I'm not convinced that we're into green yet. So I'm going to take the Valor and see if I can fit it onto something good. This butcher actually looks like a lot like the one that we took the pack rats out of. We have a 2-drop. This time it's Concordia Pegasus. I'd rather have an Arrestor, but Pegasus will do fine in the blocking capacity. Rootborn Defenses is a very nice card if you're planning on populating, and since we have pack rats, I actually want to go do some populating. The other cards in the booster, the only one I would consider at this point is the X-Bane Guardian. Still looking for that green plan, and I know if I've discounted it a couple of times, but you should always keep it as an option. I mean, this card is a fixer. If we had opened the Mana Bloom, I would have taken the Mana Bloom, and I would have really liked this Guardian right now. As it is, I'm going to take Rootborn Defenses to see if I can support my pack rats in any way that I can, because that guy is winning my matches. Here we have the Sewer Shaman I talked about, another Arrestor. Dryad Militant deserves a mention. It's 2 power for 1 mana, that's very powerful. If you pick up a Civic Saber along the way, then it becomes 4 power for 1 mana, that's incredible. Its ability is irrelevant. There's nothing to be done with a graveyard, at least not with instant sorceries. So that's a constructed tag on. It's really good, except that at this point I don't really want a card like Dryad Militant, because when I have pack rats, I don't want to have played a card already into a 2 mana dog. So I think I'll just take the Arrestor here, because it buys us time. It can put us it can put the opponent on the clock if you want to be aggressive, and those are the beats we're looking for right now. We need time to get our pack rats, or we need to just crush the opponent in the swooping strike. With the awesome guys that have 2 power and can attack. Here we have Celestial Sentry, and that fits into the plan with your Arrestors. You play the Sentry, you get your Arrestor to take out the Thresh Beetle that is trying to hold it back. That goes in for 3 damage. That's a fine plan, and the next turn you can swing in with both, and the Sentry will die then, but at least you'll have done his 3 damage and made a trade, and that's actually all you're looking for in this guy. Vessel Soul might be worth it. It's a 2 power flying guy. I really dislike it being 2 power, because it isn't enough to tackle any of the other flyers. You have Sunspire Griffin with Concordia Pegasus, and they will hold it down indefinitely. Also, it can't really do anything on the ground. All the ground guys have 2 power and will just trade with it, and it makes it an awful card, actually. We have another Cellular Songbirds here, but I'm pretty full on Cellular Songbirds already. Swift Justice is the best combo trick in this set, maybe just behind Celestia Charm because it does so much else. But Swift Justice, the first strike, the lifelink, very relevant. +1/+0, also relevant. A great trick, and a game swinger, so we'll just take that. Here we have another Promenade. I'm still not seeing where we're heading. We're definitely going to play black, we're definitely going to play white, and that's about it. I'm not opposed to taking a third color if we open a good rare or a good uncommon in one of the other colors, or even a good removal spell in one of the other colors, then I want to fit it in, so let's take Promenade. And this is what I was talking about. This was our first booster. There were 2 guild gates in there, and they're still in there. This is amazing. The guild gates are really good. They shouldn't go this late. I am so happy I can get Celestia Guild Gate to fix up this deck and even make that Jailbreaker worth a damn. I remember having to choose between the Assassin and the Apparition when this booster came around, and well, it seems we're getting both. And Pegasus. Okay, right now we have 22 cards. 4 of them are lands, and 18 cards are cards for our deck. The Gobbling Ooze is still up, which is not something I want to play at this point. I'm keeping him up that if we get green, he might make it, but chances are being slim for him having a spot in the deck. I mean, all the other cards are better. He doesn't really have any synergy with the other cards. He would either Cellular Songbirds and become 4/4, but it's still card disadvantage, and he doesn't get that big after all. I mean, if it was 3 counters, it'd be definitely worth it, but for just 1, it seems like a short end of the stick. It is a great answer to cards like Stab Wound, or if you have Paralyzing Grasp, where you can just recycle the creature into making a slightly bigger ooze. But for 5 mana you can get something like Tenement Crasher or Spawn of Rix Mahdi or anything like that, and they have just way bigger stats without having to eat your team. So no, yeah, I don't like playing the Goblin Ooze in this way. Here we have Grizzly Salvage. If we manage to get in green, the Grizzly Salvage will get us Pack Rats or maybe Angel Serenity. And you know, 8 mana spells are just way too expensive in this format, so Horde Girl's Jump would have never made a deck. Okay, so I just noticed there's this guy here, B Manor Please, who dropped off 7 minutes ago. So he'll just have a random deck. There's this Medvedev who is hopping on and off, but he hasn't missed long stretches of time, so you probably didn't have that many random picks. But if you get the first round bye by being paired against B Manor Please, then we're 1 step close to the win. It would be an awful dud because I want to show you guys these games. And there you get Pack Rats, and there you get paired for the first round bye. So I'm hoping to get one of the active players so I can actually tell you something. Okay, so what I'm hoping for the last booster is something that can support either the